In the depths of an abandoned hospital, a story unfolded that to this day makes the hair on the head stand on end. This place, where ruthless science once flourished, has left traces of cruelty and horror forever imprinted in the memory of local residents. One day, a group of friends gathered together and decided to enter an abandoned hospital to uncover its dark secrets. They had heard rumors about creepy experiments being carried out on patients, and were determined to find out the truth. Equipped with flashlights and cameras, they penetrated dark corridors full of time-forgotten prints. Soon they realized that they were not the only ones here. A cold wind permeated the air, as if foreshadowing the approach of something ominous. As they moved through the halls and rooms, they witnessed terrible visions. The walls seemed to breathe, making strange noises and ghostly whispers. The ghosts of the past flashed in the darkness, their eyes glowed with an ominous glow. The group continued to explore, feeling their strength gradually depleted. They came across abandoned operating rooms where inhuman medical procedures were taking place. The tables were covered with blood, the disfigured bodies of patients lay on the floor, their faces expressed indescribable pain and fear. Suddenly, one of the friends disappeared into the darkness, leaving only a piercing scream. Panic seized the others, and they ran in search of a way out, but the hospital seemed to change its structure, entangling them in a maze of fear. Their flashlights flickered, fading one by one, and sinister laughter followed them around every turn. They heard footsteps approaching and felt the breath of invisible beings. Every moment the group of friends plunged into deeper levels of horror. The walls of the hospital seemed alive, they trembled and made angry noises. The air was filled with the smell of rot and decay, as if the souls of the dead patients were still present in this cursed place. Continuing their way through the maze of dark corridors, they met a laboratory where dangerous experiments were carried out. Primitive tools overgrown with dust lay on the tables, and the floor was covered with stains of unknown liquids. Jars with incomprehensible contents were on the shelves, their labels blurred and unreadable. One of the band members, succumbing to fear and despair, tried to run out of the hospital, but the doors behind him closed with a bang. Those who remained inside heard his piercing screams, which subsided into an agonizing silence. They realized that the hospital would not let them go so easily. Hours and days mingled in this otherworldly space, where time seemed to be stopped. The group of friends was exhausted, their nerves were strained to the limit. They felt the presence of sinister forces that were watching them in the shadows, wanting to continue their atrocities. Every door, every turn brought a new horror. They saw the ghosts of patients, heard their pleas for help, their hysterical laughter haunted them throughout the hospital. There was a feeling that the border between reality and nightmares merged together. Finally, they reached the basement of the hospital, a place where, as rumors said, the most terrible and dangerous experiments were located. It was completely dark here, their flashlights could not penetrate through this obscurity. Soon, an unimaginable sound came from the depths of the basement, a bloody cry of despair that made everyone freeze in horror. Only 3 of the original group of friends remained. They were crippled and mentally exhausted, but the determination to stay together and resist evil did not leave them. They gathered the remnants of their strength and entered the last battle. The battle was bloody and ruthless. They encountered non-human entities that were endowed with incredible strength and a thirst for destruction. But the group of friends, though wounded, did not give up, and finally, when it seemed that they had lost the last battle, that the darkness would swallow them completely, rays of light penetrated into the abandoned hospital, but they were never rescued. The police could not find them. Despite persistent attempts to escape, the group of friends was not found by the police. They found themselves trapped in an abandoned hospital, struggling with dark forces and nightmares that haunted them. They cursed their fate, trying to find a way out of this nightmarish trap, but to no avail. Days and weeks passed, and the group of friends became weaker and weaker. They were exhausted both physically and emotionally. The hope of salvation was gradually fading, and the sinister forces of the hospital continued to torment them. In the end, their stay in an abandoned hospital turned into a tragedy. They became victims of the dark forces, dying one by one. When the police finally discovered the disappearance of a group of friends, it was already too late. Police conducted extensive searches, but the bodies were never found. A story about a group of friends trapped in an abandoned hospital. Dear viewers, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe to the Mr. Scary Stories channel. Your likes and subscriptions are extremely important for the development of the channel and the creation of even more exciting content. In addition, I would like to hear from you. Have you ever had a similar situation that caused you horror? What scares you the most? Leave your comments below. I will be happy to read them and learn more about your fears and dangers. Your participation will help in the development of the channel and the creation of even more fascinating and frightening stories. Thank you for your support.